Welcome back, CSA students. I'm going to do another Codingbat. So remember, when you come in, you're supposed to make sure you are logged in so it saves your progress. You can always click on Codingbat to go to the home page, make sure you're in Java. And for now, we are focusing on the logic-1 problems. So in the last video, I did this one. So in this video, I wanted to do one that had some Booleans passed in. Since I don't think we've worked with too many Booleans in class, and so these Codingbats will give you good practice with Booleans. So again, the squirrels in Palo Alto spend most of the day playing. In particular, they play if the temperature is between these temperatures. So unless it is summer, then the upper limit is 100 instead of 90. So they play between 60 and 90, but if it's summer, they'll play all the way up to 100. Given an integer temperature, so one of the parameters is a temperature, and you can see these three different calls with three different arguments. Given the temperature and a Boolean that indicates whether it's summer or not, return true if the squirrels are playing and false otherwise. So in this first example, it is 70 degrees, which is in that range, and it is not summer, and so I'm in that range, 60 to 90, so we return true. In the next one, it is still not summer. Summer is false, but it's 95, which puts us outside of that 60 to 90 range, so we return false. The squirrels are not playing. In the third call, we're out of the range, but now because it's summer, remember that upper bound changed to 100 instead of 90, so we're between 60 and 100. And so true, the squirrels are playing. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it, to tackle it, different questions to ask first. There's no real right way. Even I sometimes start one way and fumble, or students will show me ways that are more elegant. And so for now, we just want to try and get something that works and that follows these requirements logically. And so this does seem to be dependent on whether it's summer or not. And if you wanted, you could make some variables might help. So for instance, an integer called the lower bound could equal 60. And then that integer upper bound could equal 90, but we're supposed to change it to 100 if it's the summer. So we could do a question: if is summer equal true, if it is summer, then we want to have that upper bound equal to 100. So we could use that, and then we could simply say if, and now I'm going to look at this temp variable. So remember, I've got these variables here that came in with some set of values. So we've got that abstract along with the concrete, and my goal is to return a true or false. So now if temp is greater than or equal to lower bound and the temp is less than or equal to the upper bound, if it's between those two, then I want to return true, else I want to return false. Let's see. Oh, look at that. First shot. I got lucky. You don't always, right? I might have forgotten the equal sign. I certainly could have had a syntax error. I might have read this wrong. So all that is normal, normal, normal. I want to show you a couple differences you might see, because if you do some of the warm-ups in the Codingbat where the solutions are right there, or if you see alternate solutions for some of these, you might see some variations. And so one of them is that with a Boolean, since this variable actually has the value true or false, I don't really have to ask if it's true. I can simply write is summer, and this is asking the question, is this true? So if is summer, if this is true, I'm going to go in. If this is false, then I'm going to skip that thing. So asking if this Boolean variable is true is the same as just putting the Boolean variable there itself. So you will see that, and this is actually preferred. It takes many students a while to get comfortable with doing that and leaving this piece off. The other part you'll see is that remember that when I leave a method, that that the method ends. So if this is true and I return and I leave, it's almost like I ignore this stuff, right? Which makes sense. But it also means that I don't necessarily need this other return in the else. And so sometimes you will see the solutions for this like this. And so if this is true, it will return true and it leaves. This is now merely a statement. It's not attached to that. But I will only reach this if this was false. Because if this was true, then I returned true and I left. So this will only return false if I haven't already returned true. So you'll see some variations like that. I think you'll also see where people don't make variables and things like that. But it's good to look at others, maybe share with some friends and see what they're doing. You know, this is still part of the learning phase, and so seeing how other people write the solution, especially if yours is getting super long and you feel like it could have been done shorter, it's good to see another way to do it, and put those in your toolbox. So don't forget to keep checking to make sure you're logged in. And now you only need 3 more by Friday. So happy coding!